would describe Citizens First Congress as an empowering organization composed of grassroots organizations throughout the state that bring all of these groups together to collectively vote on the top priorities pertaining to all of the groups. And so to me, every time that there's a convening, there's such power in the room, and it's really exciting.
It's probably the single organization that exists in Arkansas that I'm most proud of.
What is the glory of the panel is that they can mobilize people from the grassroots into the legislature.
And legislators do listen. And because we are a small state, if they get 10 people on an issue, they're going to make a difference. And the Citizens First Congress helps get those people calling the legislators.
We had people watching people trying to vote. Actually, candidates right there at the polling site, saying, here's my name, vote for me. And so we were able to get a resolution passed through the CFC, which eventually led to a bill.
We went to like 4 different election monitors. We passed a law on getting our poll workers, it was mandated to get our poll workers trained. I mean, simple things as this is what I see that we need, and those have been accomplishments.
A big success for us has been developing a new state water plan that addresses all of the issues revolving around water in the state of Arkansas. That has been a long-term priority for the CFC.
I think we made some progress over the past year in terms of convincing folks that that pre-K has been flat funded for far too long, and that we need to start putting more dollars into pre-K. And I think during the fiscal session this year, we almost got an increase in pre-K funding, which if you had asked me that a year ago, I wouldn't have thought that we could have come close to getting that done during the fiscal session, but that almost happened.
The voter ID issue, or photo ID issue, is one that's dear to my heart. There are roughly 90,000 Arkansans who are registered to vote who do not have a driver's license, which is the primary form of photo identification. So what you have is the potential for up to 90,000 Arkansans who are registered voters to go to the polls this year and in effect have their vote not counted. And as a veteran, and as someone who appreciates that voting is really the cornerstone of our system of government, I just find that intolerable.
A couple of good successes was a Guaranteed Energy Savings Act. What this does is provide a funding mechanism for state office buildings to upgrade their energy efficiency, windows, insulation, whatever, to make them more energy efficient. A second major piece of energy legislation was what's called PACE, the Property Assessed Clean Energy. And again, this is a funding mechanism where individuals and businesses can obtain loans against their home, just like a second mortgage or whatever, to finance water conservation, energy, or anything to improve the efficiency of their home.
For us, the issue of wage theft, to us we see it as an economic tool that it's an economic tool used by employers to oppress hardworking families. Up to this date, the Workers Justice Center has been able to recover over $700,000 in back wages. And so to us, I mean, we try to keep that as a reminder to people, look, we can make a difference.
The private option is a perfect example of a victory of the panel that we worked and got it through. It's also a perfect example of what the problems are for the future, because how can a safety net issue have to be applied each year? I think we've been brainwashed to think we got to win these battles. I think the answer for us that are involved in the movements and that kind of stuff is that we're in the right place, we're doing the right thing, and truth and justice will out, not our ability. So if we can proclaim the truth and the justice, that's the only way we can defeat that money. That's the only way we can defeat that ignorance, is One person changes one person, changes one person, and we go and advocate for our child, our neighbor's child. We go to the boss and say it's not right, my neighbor's not getting benefits, and eventually the world's a little better.